Hey guys, since I'm in traffic on my way to work, I was just thinking about my self-worth, and I want to know if anybody can resonate with these 5 things that I personally don't want my self-worth to be dependent on. That first thing is my body weight and or size, shape, what have you. I say that way because I've spent a lot of time making myself feel bad about either how much I weigh or how much weight I've gained after the baby, or where my body is now, what it looks like versus what it did. Spent a lot of time comparing myself to old photos, so I'm making a conscious decision, and obviously it takes work as well, but to decide that my self-worth is not dependent upon my body weight. The number 2 thing that my self-worth is not dependent on is my job. I've worked in a lot of different industries and I have a lot of management experience, but when I didn't get a promotion, or if I applied for a different job and I didn't get it, it hit me very hard every single time, and I started to feel like my self-worth was dependent on whether or not I got a promotion or a job, and that's just not true. Just because I didn't get the promotion at the time or the job at the time doesn't mean I wasn't worthy of it. There's a lot of different factors that go into play when you are up for a promotion, or if you apply for a job. There could be a more qualified candidate. There just is sometimes a more qualified candidate, or where you feel like you are in your journey, that's just not where you are as far as your experience. And you could also have not done so well in an interview and not properly outline your value for that company. There's a lot of different reasons that go into play, and putting favoritism and other biases at the end of that list. There's a lot of different reasons why you don't get promoted or you don't get a job. So not allowing my self-worth to be wrapped up in me not getting a promotion or a job. The third thing is other people's views, opinions of you, of who you are. Don't get me wrong, when you really research identity, you will find that for the most part, other people kind of do define who you are in a very literal vocabulary sense of the word identity. However, you should not be so focused on how other people view you that you forget the way you view yourself outweighs that. And I've learned in my life to not place so much value on other people's opinion on who I am when I know who I am. So another thing my self-worth is not dependent on is other people's views and opinions of me. Number 4, I would have to say, is my hair. I find a lot of the time I've let the way either I felt about my hair in a stage that it was in, or someone else saying, oh, I like your hair better this way. I found that has determined in the past my self-worth, or how I view myself, or how I value myself. And it shouldn't. Hair is hair. If you're looking in the Word, and by the Word I mean the Bible, You know, your hair is your glory, that is your crown. However, it's very metaphorical. That's a word. It's very metaphorical the way they put that. It doesn't mean if you don't have hair, then you don't have glory or you don't have a crown. I will, further research what the biblical sense of that word means, but it doesn't mean that you don't. I struggled with a form of alopecia when I was younger, and losing my hair thinning in certain spots or balding in certain spots made me very self-conscious about my hair. And because of that, I go out of my way to, or have gone out of my way in the past to make sure that, I had a wig on, or I had my hair in braids, or I had some type of link to it, because I felt like it was necessary for me to have long hair, and that was the standard of beauty in my eyes, because I had so many issues. However, I say all that to say, just my hair does not determine my self-worth and my value. It's just hair. And at the end of the day, it goes through 3 stages, and it's always constantly going through those 3 stages. So no matter what, it's going to do what it's going to do. Obviously, you can do things to protect your hair and to help your hair, grow and make it sure it's healthy and nourished and all these things. Yes, you can, and yes, you should, especially if you want healthy hair. However, it still should not be a factor in your self-worth or self-value, in my opinion. This is just all my opinion. And then things that I've struggled with. Yeah, and number 5. Jeez, what was number 5? Number 5. Let's see. I did self-worth, not dependent on your job, body, other people's opinions, your hair, your losses. Self-worth or value should not be dependent upon your losses or your failures. For lack of a better word, you're gonna fail, you're gonna lose, and there's going to be times where that failure or that loss makes you stronger and you come back better than before. So don't let that failure completely determine how you value yourself. You're not worthless because you lost at something. If anything, that makes you more worthy because you actually attempted something in the first place to be able to lose at it. Some people don't try anything at all ever, and they stay in the same space. When you lose, when you fail, you gain. So, in my opinion, it should make you more worthy, not feel worthless. So these are all things that I am working on seeing for myself, and I hope that other people can see their worth and their value outside of these things as well. Don't let that determine who you are or how you see yourself. Till next time.